Hello, I hope all is progressing well. Welcome to I Don't Know. We Can Talk About It, where we discuss myriads of topics civilly, reasonably, and responsibly. My name is Kevin Dufresne. Our first topic, though both topics connect, is about social media, primarily though cell phone use is in connection. One may assess social media in myriad ways. Social media content-wise, social media usage, social media applicability in connection to the world outside of social media in connection with hardware. The reality, which requires much attention, surrounds business interests. One may argue for health purposes about social media. One may assess social media as a positive for a business, for a sense of community, even if not a primary community base. One may assess social media in myriad ways. What I find to be quite important, which is of discussion, is being able to navigate information intelligently, mindfully, with so much happening on the internet. One may find, even without social media, one might have to engage with a different commune of a sort, which may have similar effects to that which social media seems to have. How one engages social media, how one engages technology may affect an individual to any varying degree. I feel as though being self-aware, self-culturing is very important. Being self-aware and being of the mindset to self-culture are very important. Being of the practicality of both are very important. Engaging how youth may approach social media is somewhat akin to how youth might approach any parameter that may have areas for one to feel concern of, and areas where one might not feel so much concern. When looking at the different areas one may be able to access with hardware, one may think of how hardware becomes so relevant to how one is connecting. Though, how one learns to connect prior to using hardware might greatly affect how one approaches using hardware. Assessing media literacy is of a different parameter assessing hardware that may allow one to access particular media. Though assessing developmental progress of a human's being, one may find great value appreciating areas of the physical world of a clear, measurable depth to grow mindfully well, especially when time to regard what may be of a depth through a hardware to connect to a form of media becomes nigh present. An individual will be able to navigate such parameters of a sound mind approaching toward one's designation, one's choice designation. I find a lot of what comes to attention about social media or hardware allowing one to access media revolves around a necessity for aid, revolves around a reality that perhaps help may be elsewhere, perhaps where I'm investing, help may be available. Which we're going to connect into our next topic about SEL, social and emotional learning, in regard to an idea of help being available to assist an individual with navigating life. Education, a wonderful foundational support for one to grow toward being an efficient, functional human being, is quite ideal, is sound in connection with legal parameters of education, and finding an educational environment may be extremely exciting for one. Even so, every educational environment may differ. For whatever reason, whether funding, personnel, area, environmental design, assistance available for individuals of different needs, of different abilities, financial reasons. Every educational atmosphere may be able to offer differently. SEL learning is good when easily applicable. Good when effective, even when not seemingly easily applicable. Grounds for such learning are amazing when available and working well within an educational environment. The article posits, interestingly enough, from individuals talking of literature, individuals may learn of SEL parameters through a good story. Implementation, when immediately engaging, is quite different when considering how a package may arrive from any proceeding for an educational environment to be able to better satisfy more needs or wants. The implementation happens at a different space than from where the packaging is arriving from. So when the availability of assistance seems apparent, being able to feel the effects of the package, the SEL parameters available for any particular educational environment may be exciting. Though an educational environment is one environment within another environment, which connects to many other environments. And I do feel as though, considering every individual is different, having different learning ability, different learning needs, different learning interests, the individuals able to navigate between the environments effectively with social, emotional parameters are receiving not only valuable experience from one environment, though navigating between many environments, not subject to physical environments, respecting the individual's mind through many environments, to be present within wherever, within any environment sensible for that individual's growth. Even more so, any environment likely due to the individual being able to navigate within any environment due to the individual's uniqueness. I find every individual may have a different need. Every individual may have a different want. Assessing what a want or need is appropriately requires a different attention for every individual. So I think the article is bringing about opinions, bringing about solutions, of which individuals may assess as recognizing differences apparent from wherever one may be coming from. Every environment is different. Environment on many levels. So, being able to assess what a need is or what a want is may prove extremely valuable, ensuring any not only is within one or two environments seeking, though aware of another environment from which one may grow, healthfully, benefiting one's health toward the long run. Health is vast, so attending to social and emotional learning is really connecting to many areas of one's health, many areas of one's well-being, which really, really need good attention before one is in an educational environment, beyond an educational environment, while one is going through an educational environment. One always needs to be tending well to one's health. And social and emotional learning is really trying to embrace particular parameters of health in connection with an ever-progressing interdependent reality. So individuals may find one area of social and emotional learning valuable, whereas another individual may find social and emotional learning in a different capacity, in a different environment, more valuable than in an educational environment. Everyone will have a different need, everyone will have a different want. Now, everyone may learn, especially in respect to one's well-being long-term, in an ever-progressing interdependent reality. All right, we're moving to origami. I have here somewhat of a rectangle. I'm going to make a square. If you have origami paper, then you can just fold across like I'm already doing now. I'm actually getting my first fold in that is going to help with getting toward making the origami butterfly. Now, after I fold across, I'll just fold this flap down. If you have rectangle paper, you can do the same thing. You can just begin to rip along the perforated line here. Then you have your first fold and you have a square. But then we're going to fold down Today we're making an origami butterfly. Now, when you have this pyramid form, you're going to actually just fold inverse, edge to edge. After you fold inverse edge to edge, you're going to see that it's very easy to just pop this in and out and get into whatever fold you like. You can go into a diamond fold or a triangle fold. For this one, we are going into this triangle fold here. So as you can see here, we're just going to go from our pyramid here that we just pop out, and we're just going to fold it flat. Very simple. Next, from here, we're going to fold in one flap, and we're going to fold in the other flap. So here now, as you can see, we're going to just fold it in tight, and now we're looking at both of these flaps up, so you can have a different angle. You can see, both of these flaps are up. Next, we're going to actually fold all the way around. So we're going to take this portion here, this part here, we're just going to fold it up. It's already working naturally. We're just going to fold it up here. This part here, I'm just folding it up just so you can see it again. I'm just going to take this part here, I'm just going to fold it up. Fold it up, fold it up. I'm going to bring it a little bit over the top here. See that? So now it's a little bit over the top here. Fold it up. Going to fold the tip down, so it's going to create a lock of a sort, and just pinch this tip down. Next, just let these wings here, you'll see that? They're just naturally going there. I'm going to let them go in, and I'm just going to press the tip here, and voila. You'll see this is a very nice butterfly. I like it because it's very simple to make. And the idea here is that, well, the front part really just needs the bending. So you can make your butterfly have some more pop here, but you can see, there we go, we have our butterfly. See that? And then you can kind of make it flat. Kind of looks like another butterfly in the opposite way. The idea is to have this portion be the front nose. It's your butterfly. So that's origami for you. You can press down if you like. Give it some more bend here. The video, the instructions actually share how you can bend the tips here if you like. Make this your own. Another idea though is you could kind of give it a 3D effect, more of a fullness, by just pressing in here and making it fuller, and decorate it how you will if you so please. All right, our next topic. I champion reading physical books because reading a physical book has so many wonderful benefits in connection with spatial development, which is one of the best areas to consider for assessing how one may grow in the ever-progressing interdependent reality, especially because of how individuals are able to engage with hardware that may connect with media. So being mindful of how one is progressing with spatial development may greatly assist one with how one may tend to oneself engaging with hardware that may allow access to media. The book I'm discussing today, The Rose That Grew from Concrete, by Tupac Shakur. When I read the book, I find so many deep poems, and the rhythm of the poems resonates so well with the depth of the poetry I'm reading. I find a lot of the poems to be very impactful. I find the poems to be deep in the sense of being able to engage with the author's perspectives in a way that connects one to how one is growing through relationships, whether with blood family or with individuals one considered as blood family, how one is approaching assessing the self in the way the individual is growing, how one is assessing what one is doing in connection with one's life, in connection with whoever may come across the individual's life. I find that the poems touch on deep areas of intimacy with friends, family, though of emotions in connection with the relations. And I think the poems really carry well. I mention a few of the poems which I find that resonate really well with what I feel is the flow of the text. Some poems that I choose, I actually put in the book review for the book. So you may find that next to Form of Pieters, books I've read, and if you use the search bar, find, search The Rose That Grew from Concrete, you'll be able to read that book review to find the poem selections. The poems are from a poetry group, which I think is another area to assess, because Tupac Shakur might be familiar to individuals as an entertainer of music, of cinema, though in terms of poetry in the form of writing through a creative group, I find one may be able to navigate how creativity may form and how language may form through a different process of creativity, and how all of that connects in with Tupac as a creative, bringing about his creativity. Thanks for joining. I don't know. We can talk about it. Onward and Upward, Dufresne.